This is just one of the homes where a tree, in this case, fell completely through their home, smashing the kitchen and the living room. Not even that, this laundromat, all washed up, isn't even full service today. In fact, they have a sign up for customers right here saying they're dry only. Some of those changes include leaving the front seat empty, which means riders can only sit in the back seat. Right across the street from their home is this yellow marking where Sherry says her dog Joy was shot and later limped across the street and died. The drivers are delivering essential products like lumber, which are then taken to plants, turned into pallets, and used to deliver everyday household items, like paper towels. The parked car was literally right where I'm standing. Once the bus hit the car, it jumped over the curb, knocking down the sign. They're calling it a soft opening to ease the public back into normal life. Now, this was not an easy decision, and it is going to come with some very strict guidelines for those who choose to open their doors. Contractors have already started surveying the building, and this is just one of the areas where the carpenters have pulled up the floor just to see how bad the damage is underneath. Restaurants just got the green light today to open up their dining rooms. Gyms, barbershops, salons, and other beauty services are heading into their first full week.
You feel like, you know you're fixing to die. That's the way you feel.
It's a feeling that's stuck with Pam Dance for almost a year.
I heard all the limbs coming through the house and coming through the ceiling.
For over 26 years, she's called Westwood Drive home. Moving away for her wasn't an option, so she rebuilt in the same place she's called home for more than 20 years. Move-in day is inching closer to the 1 year that the tornado destroyed her home. For the past 11 months, she's lived with family in Calhoun, reminiscing the memories she had on Westwood Drive.
Oh, this is just like you've had a death in your family because everything reminds you of your house. The thought of having to tear your house down, you don't want to do that, but it's the only solution.
From her old pool room to her flower garden, even her backyard.
I have a big back porch.
Where her dog Daisy used to play, none of it was able to be saved. Despite the long road ahead of her, she's hopeful not just for herself, but for her neighbors too.
I'm hoping that in the next year and a half, that our neighborhood is going to be beautiful again.
That was the bridge. That was the
2 miles down the road on Ravine Drive is Melinda Killen, another resident who's called Ruston home for 20 years.
I think it took us several months to accept that it really happened.
It took months of chopping trees in her yard that spans over 7 acres.
It was very quick. Then it was completely silent, and all the trees were gone.
But months later, looking at it now brings a painful reminder that the powerful winds destroyed all 280 trees.
All of them fell around the house, but only one branch hit the house. And so that was a miracle to me.
While Killen didn't have to rebuild her house, she did stay in a hotel for 3 weeks.
Never realized how overwhelming just repairing everything would be.
Between the cleanup and repairs, both women say insurance coverage has been an uphill battle.
Of course, you're never insured enough. That's been the consensus of all of us,
Difficult.
As the city continues to rebuild, regroup, and move forward, they're focused on the silver lining.
Knowing God's going to take care of you, He's going to provide, and that things are not as important as you once thought they were.
Got to find the positive in all of it and not harp on the bad, because if you do, you'll never get to the place you want to be. And my place is back in my neighborhood and encouraging people to, know that it can be better. It's going to be better.
Happy birthday to you.
As the tricolor balloons lift towards the sky, hearts are heavy today as family and friends celebrate the 6th birthday of Rondrea's Jr. Phillips.
Bright, bubbly, and fun
Are the words April Windsor uses to describe her nephew, who she says was the life of the party.
When you was around him, it was just a show. He had something to tell you. It wasn't nothing that he couldn't miss.
It's been almost 2 years since Junior went missing. He was last seen playing in his front yard in Lisbon.
Sometimes it's a year and a half, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's a lifetime. But missing, exploited children, we don't need to forget.
Since the beginning, it's been a community-wide effort. And although the searches have come to a halt, the family won't rest.
We still have people that have hope. we're still carrying on for him, for his birthday, till he's here to celebrate it himself. There's no question about it.
And while they're left with more questions than answers, they're leaning on each other and their faith until they see Junior again.
We are here for him, that no matter where he is, because we still have faith in our heart that he's out there somewhere, still living, still breathing, and still waiting and missing his family, want to come home.
Old trade has now turned into a new trend for people looking to aid hospitals and facilities during this pandemic. But for 10-year-old Malia Gray, she put her fingers to the machine after watching the news.
They were saying like, you can like donate masks, and I was like, oh, we can make that.
With the help of her grandma Emma, they turned their home into a tailor shop.
Still in the pack.
It all started when her mom Melissa made a post on Facebook that grabbed the attention of the staff at Ridgecrest Community Care Center.
About 3 or 4 weeks now that the supply has been getting lower and lower.
Administrator Eileen Storrs says her donations are right on time.
Making sure that we're not transferring germs to one another, so the face mask and everything is crucial.
Stitch by stitch, Malia has been adding to the inventory and remembering her love for helping others.
I feel really good doing this for people because it feels good in my heart, because my grandma taught me all this, and my mom. We would just be riding and we would see homeless people and we would like go get them water and food.
She says as long as she has the supply, she'll meet the demand for anyone that needs them.
1,000. That's an unreal number, but maybe like 200 more.